Nagori and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be discovering what's happening, what's changing in UK, United Kingdom, England, Great Britain. I honestly think only people can have so many names. So for a country, UK has many names. Whatever you want to call it, a lot is changing in the beautiful country. And today in this video, we're going to be talking about what's changing, what's happening, and there's also a new law to make sure that Indians can sponsor themselves and move to UK. We're going to be talking about all of them. So if you are interested, stick around. I'm pretty sure you can see there's a change of scenery. That's because I am currently in Algonquin. It's in north of Toronto. I'd say about 3 hours of a drive. Beautiful place. I'm going to put some montages right up here so you guys can see what it's like. But I'm sure the change of scenery has done everyone well, including me. Before we move on any further, I want to thank Unacademy for collaborating with me on this video. Did you know that Unacademy has a Unacademy Combat Scholarship pool of 1 crore rupees? And if you are a CA intermediate aspirant, then all that you have to do is take part in the combat every Sunday at 12 p.m. If you can get through the Unacademy Combat Scholarship test, you will be very lucky to win yourself some amazing scholarship opportunities. Also, if you're planning to take your CA Intermediate Group 1 exam in May 2022, let me introduce the Yesha batch to you. This is a 100% English comprehensive batch. What I love about Unacademy is that you pay for 1 subscription and you get access to it all. You can choose which educator you want to go for. And if you don't like one educator, you can easily move on to another. You get access to live classes, recorded classes, mock test papers, revision test papers, some amazing study material, and much more. And if you use my code CANIDHI, you get 10% off. Everything else that you need to know about the Unacademy Combat Scholarship Test and the Yesha batch starting in October is in the description box below, so make sure to check out those links. And now let's come back to England. So I want to let you guys know, I had the good fortune of traveling to UK a couple of years ago, and back then the policies were very stringent. I've had friends who studied in the UK and they did not get any postgraduate study permit. So basically they had studied in the UK and they all had to come back to India because they needed scholarship in the UK. All of that has changed in the last few years. I'd say in the last few months, to be very honest, because it has only started changing since 2020. So what happened 2020? Well, we know that pandemic hit the world and a lot of countries started seeing labor shortages. You guys know it because I've spoken about it in so many of my videos, whether it's Germany, Finland, Sweden, Croatia, Canada, all of these countries started seeing massive labor shortages. But UK got a double whammy because of Brexit, because Brexit and the pandemic sort of coincided. So now you have a huge labor gap in Britain which needs to be plugged in, which is why a host of liberal immigration policies have followed and have made sure that it's easier for us to now move to UK. The immigration has been liberalized on 3 total accounts. The first one is the study route. Unlike my friends who were not able to get any study permit when they moved to the UK, you now have a good chance of getting a study permit. Whether you go for a master's or a PhD, you will get a 2 to 3 years postgraduate study work permit. 2 years for master's and 3 years after a PhD. This is at par with what other countries give. So if you were to go to the US or come to Canada or even go to Germany, many other countries have a similar timeline for postgraduate student permit. So once you finish your education in the UK, you can now go ahead and work. Why does that make things better for us? Well, now your ROI on the investment is better. Now the fact that you can stay in UK and earn makes sure that you can actually pay off or build good return on the investment that you've put in terms of studying. The second immigration policy change came in the PR process. Just like Canada, UK has also come up with a points-based immigration system. If you guys know about Canada, you know about express entry, you know about PR, you've had friends move here, you know how express entry works. You basically get points on the basis of your education, age, work ex, etc. Just like that, UK has also adopted a similar points-based immigration system, which now makes it super easy for you to get a PR, a permanent residence in Britain. But there's a slight caveat to it. It'd probably take you a little more time to get a PR in Britain. That's because their PR process moves through 2 different pipelines, a critical skills permit and a regular permit. So basically, if you have a critical skill, which actually is a huge list, it's a very big list. If you have a decent qualification, you would potentially fit in the critical skills list. So if you are on the critical skills list, you can get a PR in 5 years. If you're not on the critical skills list, you will get a PR in 10 years. So how does the PR process work if you move to study? So if you move to study, you complete your studies, you get a 2-year permit. Those 2 years are for you to find a job. Once you found a job, you can move on to another visa, which can be a critical skill visa or it can be a regular work permit. If you are on a critical skill visa, 5 years later, you can file for your PR. If not, 10 years later, you can file for your PR. Now coming to the third and the most exciting part about this entire immigration liberalization situation in UK. India is now being accepted in the Youth Mobility Program in UK. Okay, I know I should probably be introducing this. This was so big to me, but I just wanted to share my excitement. So what is the Youth Mobility Program? It is a simple program in which citizens of certain countries can sponsor their own work permit. You heard it right. You can sponsor your own work permit and move to UK. A lot of countries like Canada, Australia, US, Singapore, UK, they already have this agreement amongst themselves where citizens of each country keep moving. So if you are a citizen of, say, Canada, you could potentially apply a work permit for yourself and simply move to UK. Now, India is in that list for UK. So if you are an Indian citizen, starting Jan 1st, 2022, you will now be able to sponsor your own work permit. And it's not even expensive. It's about £250 to apply for a visa itself. And I think you have to pay about £1,200 for immigration, paperwork, medical clearance, etc. But once you get that, you now have a work permit in UK, which means you can move, or even from India itself, you can start applying for jobs. The Youth Mobility Program will give you access to the UK markets for 2 full years, and these 2 years will count when you're doing your PR application. Certain things to be noted: this program only comes into effect on Jan 1st, 2022. I'm going to be putting up some screenshots of immigration policies that you can see on the UK side. But if you go onto the website right now, you may not be able to see India, because this only comes into effect on Jan 1st, 2022. In October, we're expecting to get more clarification in terms of what paperwork is needed, but we do know that the quota for Indians is 3,000. That means every year, 3,000 Indian citizens can sponsor their own work permit and move to UK. Because of the history that India and UK have shared in the past, India has a lot of advantage. Which means if you are an Indian citizen applying, or if you are a citizen of any Commonwealth country that is applying to study in the UK, you have a lot of benefits. Let's talk about those benefits. First, we get access to multiple scholarships. You have the government scholarships, which is the UK government sponsoring your education. On the India end, you also have the Indian government sponsoring your education, again, because of the history that these two countries share. Then you have the Commonwealth scholarships. These are only open to citizens of Commonwealth countries. India is a part of Commonwealth. After that, you have country-specific awards. Again, because we've had Indians move to UK, set up organizations, and build up a very, very strong diaspora in the last hundreds of years, we now have India-specific scholarships that are being given by a lot of private organizations. And apart from this, you also have the private awards, which are, again, mostly open to Commonwealth citizens. So as long as you are a Commonwealth citizen, then you have a lot of advantage in terms of scholarships, because there are multiple scholarships. Let's not forget there are also university level scholarships. So once you apply and you get your admission, you will still get some scholarships from the university itself on the account of your grades, etc. But then there are also some country-specific scholarships that only come into play because of your citizenship. Let me tell you this, guys, from my research, I don't think Indian citizens get as many scholarships anywhere in any other country as UK. So in my list, in terms of scholarships, UK is my number one. And to top it all, when the pandemic first hit, the government of UK announced a £50 million fund for international students. That fund was specifically designated to help international students live and support themselves in the UK. In short, whether you want to move to study or if you want to move to work, UK currently, because of their situation that they're in, offers a lot of pathways to different citizens of different countries, especially countries like India, which is my home country. I do want to mention this, that as long as you are an EU national or a Commonwealth citizen, you have a lot of advantage in the UK. I personally think UK has additional benefits for Indians in terms of distance. It is closer than North America. It is actually right in the center of the world. So not a lot of timing difference. You can potentially meet family maybe more easily than us who live in North America. And you don't have to learn any other language. English is the main language. It is the main requirement. So that also helps. Before I sign off, I will add some links in the description box below for the Youth Mobility Program and for the UK PR process. Make sure to give it a good read and put your applications together so that you can go in and file on Jan 1st itself. Let's have a crazy Happy New Year, all of us. On that note, I hope this video has helped you. If it did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel, because I keep posting videos like this all the time. Let me know which other country you would want me to cover in the next video, and I will do that. Also, for any other questions, comment boxes are always open. Promise to see you in the next video. Until then, make sure you take care of yourself. Stay safe. Namaste.